this is Jill from Paper Daisy Crafting. Thank you so much for joining me today. Very, very quick and simple little card for you today, little card project. This is a simple stamping project, so very, very simple. I have done a little bit of colouring with blends on it, but I've kept it very embellishment free and layer free. It's just one little layer. It was my entry into a blog hop where the theme was simple stamping, and it was very similar. The actual image that I did was very similar to the images I did on these ones, but these ones were more stepped up versions. If you want to see my video, the video for these, if you go to my channel videos, it's the one where I did Jill and Jez, Come Crafting with Jill and Jez. It's our live video, our live crafting. So you can see how I made these ones. But I'm just going to show you today how I just made this one. So like I say, very, very quick. So I'm going to do it in, this is one of our new in colours, which is Polished Pink. I'm going to do today Fresh Freesia. Love, love, love this colour. Find my trimmer. This piece of cardstock is half a piece of A4, so it measures 15 by 21, and I'm going to come in and I'm going to score it at 10.5 to make my card blank. Like that. And then I'm going to just burnish that so I get a nice crisp fold like that. And then I am going to take a piece of basic white cardstock, and I'm going to take the sprig of flowers, the flower spray, and I'm going to take my Memento ink, which I put away foolishly. You can see I've been stamping with this already today. Love, love, love this image. Such a lovely, simple little flower spray. And I'm going to do it as I've done on this card, just slightly angled, because I think it sort of hugs the sentiment then, which is quite nice. There we go. Not the best image that I've ever stamped, but hey ho, we'll leave it there. And then while I've got my Memento ink out, I'm just going to stamp big little card, big thanks. I love this sentiment. Big card, no, little card, big thanks. And I love the font, the two fonts that they've used there. I think that's lovely. That's that. And then we're just going to come in with some blends. And I discovered, as I said on the other video, oops, crash, that I haven't got my Fresh Freesia blends yet, but I found that the ones that have just retired, Purple Posy, actually do a pretty good job of pretending that they're Fresh Freesia until my Fresh Freesia ones arrive. They are on their way. I have ordered them. But they haven't arrived yet. They weren't the first thing that I ordered. They're on, I think, the third order that I've done from this new catalogue, so they haven't quite arrived yet. So like I say, this is very, very similar to the video that I did on Saturday with Jez in our live crafting session, but I did think I'd just come on and just show you this card as it was and show you how quick and easy it is. So you can colour these flowers with anything. You could colour them with watercolour pencils. If you are going to use any water though, you need to be careful. Probably don't use the Memento. You probably would need to use Stays On. I'm not a huge lover of Stays On, I have to admit. But if you're using watercolour crayons, the Memento ink tends to run a bit. It doesn't with the blends, but it does with watercolours. There we go. So those are coloured, and it's very, very similar to that colour, which I love. And then I'm just going to come in with the bullet tip point of my light Granny Apple Green. I did do this with a pencil with one of our watercolour crayons. Could do it with that as well if you wanted to. I didn't add water to it, I just did it with the crayon. But I'm going to use blends all the way through today. Don't need to put that away yet. So I'm going to colour the leaves all in our light Granny Apple Green. And I love this colour combination. If I'd had my new blends, I probably would have used soft succulent, but I'm not sure I would have loved the combination as much as I'm loving Fresh Freesia with Granny Apple Green. I do love this combination. There we go. And I spent a whole day yesterday colouring in panels similar to this for my customer thank you cards this month. So I had a lovely, lovely relaxing time just colouring with my blends, and it was very therapeutic. I was watching Friends on the TV on Netflix, which I still love, even though it's so old now. It doesn't seem to have dated too much, and I just love it. And that was a very therapeutic. It was a rainy, wet and rainy afternoon, so I just had a lovely time in my craft room colouring. Does that sound really sad? I had a very social time on Friday, I have to say. Although I had a quiet day yesterday, I had a very social day on Friday. I went and met some of the people that I used to work with for coffee on Friday lunchtime-ish, and then we went out to a pub for a meal and with friends on Friday evening, which was really exciting, having shielded for the best part of a year. That was really exciting. Right, there we go. So that's our panel, and it's just going to layer onto the card like this. Now you could use a black, you could add a black layer. So I don't know if this is quite going to fit. I've got these cut ready for some other panels that I've done. That would just draw in the black as well. But I'm just going to leave it the same at the moment. So the black, I do use to bring a bit of black in, because if I've used Memento ink, it links it up. But because I was trying to keep this very simple stamping, I'm just going to keep it simple. So even having one layer, really, if you're doing simple stamping, probably doesn't really qualify. But I'm hoping. And also colouring with blends is probably a no-no too. But this is one of the simplest cards I've made recently. And it's beautiful. I think it's lovely. So for all that for being simple, I think it's absolutely beautiful. Just straighten it up a little bit. Is that straight? Can't tell. Right, and then I have just stamped another little panel to go inside. So I am just going to colour these flowers to match very quickly and pop this inside. So that there's a problem when you use a coloured card base, you do really need a white panel. I can't tell you how many packs of Whisper White card I get through. So I quite often do a coloured card base with a Whisper White panel on the front and a Whisper White panel inside. So effectively I've used a whole sheet of cardstock, because I've got half a sheet on the blank and then two quarter sheets on the top and inside. So it's an expensive old business when you're having to keep buying, when you're making lots. I worked out the other day that I must make in excess of 200 cards a year. I don't post a new design on my blog every day, but I probably do 3 or 4 each week. And so add that up over the year. Probably 200 cards, and I've got the evidence to show it because I've got basketfuls of cards. If anyone out there runs a charity that might like some handmade cards to sell, please get in touch, because I would love to offload some of my cards to a charity. That would be really good. There we go. And then just with light green. There we go. So I hope you've all been managing to get out a little bit more, be a little bit braver. The rates, if you're watching from another country and you're not aware, the rates in the UK really are very good at the moment. We haven't made much of a success of this pandemic up till now, but we have seemingly made a success of the vaccination programme, which is great. So I guess you could say when it mattered, our government did come through. They made a lot of mistakes in the beginning, but actually now we're in a really good place, as long as we can keep all these foreign variants out of the country. And that's just going to pop in there, and then we are done. So like I said, very, very quick little card today. Hope you've enjoyed seeing it. Hope I've not been out of camera for too much, out of shot. Just realised that maybe I wasn't particularly on my grid pad there. There we go. And there we go. There we are, that's that one, and there's that one. Very, very simple little cards, but very sweet as well. I love this. I hope I'm inspiring you to think about buying this stamp set, because I have loved it. I am loving it. I've got several other samples to show you using it as well. Anyway, that's it from me today. Thanks so much for watching. Hope I haven't rambled on too long. Let me know what you think of the Flowers of Friendship stamp set, and I'll be back with another video very, very soon. Bye for now.